Turning 60 unlocks a range of travel privileges that airlines often fail to mention. A 68-year-old recently paid $85 in baggage fees she didn't actually owe, while another senior spent 45 minutes in a security line she could have bypassed entirely, and a retired couple also missed out on priority boarding simply because no one informed them it was an option, and after years of following the rules, many travelers don't realize that airports quietly offer benefits like free services, priority access, baggage perks, and seat upgrades to passengers over 60, and these policies exist but they're rarely advertised, and after looking into airport regulations across the US and Europe, it becomes clear that there are at least 10 key privileges designed specifically for travelers aged 60 and older, and airlines often benefit when passengers don't take advantage of them. One of these benefits alone can save up to $200 on a single trip. Take for example the availability of complimentary wheelchair and electric cart services, and contrary to what many assume, no medical documentation is required, and major U.S. airports are required by law to offer this assistance to seniors even without proof of a disability, and a 72-year-old traveler recently walked nearly 2 miles through Atlanta's airport during the holidays unaware she could have requested a free electric cart that would have taken her directly to her gate in minutes. And these services aren't widely advertised because promoting them would increase demand requiring more staff and coordination, so instead the burden is placed on the traveler to ask, and to access this benefit seniors can request assistance while booking a flight online, call the airline 48 hours ahead of time, or ask at the check-in counter on the day of travel, and even travel companions are allowed to accompany them and enjoy early boarding as well. The magic phrase is, "I'd like to request senior mobility assistance from check-in to my gate," and as a rule of thumb, if you're over 60 and find long terminal distances challenging, this service is yours by right, not by favor. And as an insider move, at Istanbul Airport and many European hubs, free electric buggies are specifically designated for passengers over 65, so just ask. But this wheelchair service is just the beginning because number 9 is TSA pre-check benefits for travelers 75. Plus without paying, meaning if you're 75 or older, TSA provides automatic expedited screening accommodations with no $78 pre-check enrollment required, and here's what changed. You can keep your shoes and light jackets on during security screening, and if the scanner triggers an alarm, you're entitled to a second pass through the equipment before undergoing a pat-down, and a 76-year-old veteran spent 20 minutes in secondary screening at Dallas-Fort Worth because he didn't know to mention his age, and the TSA officer never asked, he never told, and he missed his connection. And the reason for this confusion is that TSA doesn't announce these accommodations at checkpoints, as they wait for you to identify yourself first. So here's your action plan. Mention your age to the TSA officer before screening begins, request to remain seated during any pat-down if needed, ask for private screening if you feel uncomfortable, and call TSA Cares at 1-855-787-2227 at least 72 hours before your flight for personalized assistance. And as a pro tip, download the free TSA notification card from TSA. Gov and present it to officers to communicate your needs without verbal explanation. And here's the insider secret. TSA agents have quotas for enhanced screenings during peak periods, so flying before 6 a.m. or after 8 p.m. significantly reduces your chances of random selection. And now this next one is costing seniors hundreds of dollars per flight, which is number 8, hidden senior airfare dis. A retired teacher from Boston booked a flight to Miami through a comparison site for $340, but 2 days later she called American Airlines directly, mentioned she was 67, and got the same flight for $287, with the same seat and same date, saving $53 with one phone call. And here's the kicker. Many airlines still offer senior discounts ranging from $5 to 50% off, but only if you know how to ask, like American Airlines offering senior discounts on select routes particularly to Latin America by using an advanced multi-city search and selecting senior 65 plus or calling 1-800-433-7300. United Airlines offering senior fares for travelers 65 plus on select destinations by selecting senior 65 plus when booking or calling 1-800-241-6522. Delta Airlines offering senior discounts in certain markets not bookable online that require calling 1-800-221-1212. Air India offering passengers 60 plus up to 10% discount on base fares, 1 free date change, and an additional 10 kilograms baggage allowance on international flights. And British Airways offering AARP members $65 off economy, $65 off premium economy, and $200 off business class through January 31st, 2026. So here's what you do. Always check the airline's official website first, look for senior fares or advanced search options, call the airline directly because some deals aren't shown online, and enter your date of birth when booking to activate senior filters. And the rule of thumb is that the lowest fare isn't always visible online because sometimes it's hidden behind one simple question: do you offer senior pricing? But wait until you see what they're hiding about baggage, which is number 7, free extra baggage allowance buried in fine print. Because every year thousands of senior travelers pay unnecessary baggage fees not because they exceeded the limit but because no one told them about the senior baggage allowance, like a 69-year-old flying to visit her grandchildren who paid $60 for a second checked bag without knowing. Keep the confirmation in writing if they approve extra bags, and as an insider move, even if the policy doesn't exist officially, asking at check-in has saved travelers $50 to $100 per flight because gate agents have discretion, so use it. And as a pro tip, medical equipment like CPAP machines, portable oxygen concentrators, and mobility aids always fly free and don't count towards your baggage allowance, so bring a doctor's note just in case. And now if you think that's generous, wait until you hear about boarding. But first, hit like and subscribe before we continue because numbers 6 through 1 are the rights that airlines absolutely pray you never discover, and you've come this far so don't miss these. Number 6 is priority boarding rights. Just ask at the gate, because if you've ever stood in a long boarding line watching families and elite members walk past, here's something airlines never say out loud. Many of them quietly allow priority boarding for passengers over 60 but only if you ask. And a 74-year-old couple flying Southwest arrived at the gate early and watched Group A board, then Group B, then Group C, and by the time they boarded, overhead bins were full so they gate-checked their carry-ons and waited 40 minutes at baggage claim, and they had no idea they could have asked for early boarding and walked on with Group A, and the reason it's so secretive is that early boarding slows the process and requires extra coordination, so airlines prefer to keep it invisible, waiting for you to request it first. And here's what changed everything. Under the Air Carrier Access Act, airlines must allow passengers with disabilities who self-identify at the gate as needing additional time to board before all other passengers. And while this specifically addresses disabilities, many airlines extend this courtesy to seniors who request it, so here's your action plan. At check-in or the gate, ask, do you allow priority boarding for senior passengers? And if you've arranged, I have a long connection and would appreciate an aisle seat if possible, and remember to smile, be polite, and don't demand, because as an insider move, European airline reports confirm that nearly 60% of travelers over 60 who politely ask at the gate receive an upgrade or extra leg room, and the rule of thumb is that the worst they can say is no, but in many cases, that one question gets you a better seat than you expected. And now this next one involves something you probably packed wrong. Number 4 is medication and medical equipment with zero baggage fees, because airlines cannot charge baggage fees for medically necessary equipment, meaning CPAP machines, portable oxygen concentrators, insulin coolers, mobility aids, wheelchairs, walkers, and canes all fly free and don't count towards your baggage allowance. And a 70-year-old diabetic flying to Seattle packed his insulin cooler in his carry-on and brought his CPAP machine as his personal item, but at the gate, the agent told him his bags were too large and tried to charge him $85 until he said 5 words. These are medically necessary items, and the agent paused, checked the system, and waved him through with zero fees. And here's what changed in 2025. TSA now requires proof of prescription for medications exceeding a 10-day supply, meaning original pharmacy labels, a doctor's letter, or printed prescription paperwork, and a 72-year-old heart patient had 3 months of blood pressure medication in a pill organizer, and TSA flagged it, demanded proof, and when he couldn't provide original bottles, They detained him for 2 hours while calling his pharmacy, so here's your emergency plan. Keep all medications in original pharmacy containers with labels visible. Carry a printed letter from your doctor listing all prescriptions. Include your doctor's contact information on the letter. For insulin and injectables, bring the prescription paperwork. Declare your medications at the checkpoint before screening begins. This service exists specifically to help senior travelers, unaccompanied minors, and passengers with disabilities, but almost no one requests it, and here's how it works. Go to the airline check-in counter with your companion. Your companion must show valid ID. Request an escort pass by saying, "I'd like a gate pass so my family member can escort me to the gate," and the companion can stay with you until boarding begins. And the rule of thumb is that this service is designed for your safety and comfort, so don't hesitate to use it. And as an insider move, some airports limit gate passes during peak travel periods, so call the airline 24 hours before your flight to confirm availability. And this allows your helper to stay with you until boarding, providing invaluable support navigating terminals, managing luggage, and reducing travel anxiety. And now this next one is where airlines make their biggest profits off senior travelers. Number 2 is flight delay compensation, because when flights are delayed by 3 hours or more due to issues within the airline's control, major U.S. carriers are required to provide meal vouchers, hotel accommodations, and transportation, and a retired couple's flight from Phoenix to Boston was delayed 5 hours due to a mechanical issue, and they sat at the gate for hours with no one offering them anything. So they bought $40 worth of airport food and paid $180 for a hotel when the flight was canceled, and they had no idea they were entitled to full compensation, including meals, hotel, and transportation, all covered by the airline. And here's the kicker. Airlines committed to these standards in updated customer service plans filed with the Department of Transportation in 2022, but they won't offer it unless you ask. So for example, JetBlue offers $12 meal vouchers for qualifying delays, United offers vouchers covering the cost of a meal at food vendors, and all major carriers provide hotel accommodations and transportation for overnight delays cows. But here's what most seniors don't know. Many airlines have internal senior flexibility policies, unspoken guidelines allowing even better compensation when the passenger is over 60, and a 68-year-old mentioned her age and explained she had a medical appointment the next morning, and the gate agent immediately rebooked her on a competitor airline, provided a $50 meal voucher, and gave her access to the VIP lounge. And none of that was required, but she got it because she asked. So here's your complete strategy. If your flight is delayed 3+ hours, go straight to the airline counter, be calm and firm, and say, "I'm a senior traveler seeking the full compensation available for this delay, request meal vouchers, hotel accommodations, and transportation in writing." If the agent refuses, ask to speak with a supervisor or complaints resolution official. Document everything by taking photos of delay boards, keeping receipts, and saving emails, and the magic phrase is, "I'm entitled to compensation under your customer service plan, and I'd like meal vouchers, hotel accommodations, and rebooking on the next available flight." And the rule of thumb is that compensation is required for delays caused by the airline, such as mechanical issues, crew problems, or maintenance, while weather delays don't qualify, but always ask anyway. And as an insider move under proposed EU regulations, compensation thresholds are changing, so flights under 3,500 kilometers delayed 4+ hours qualify for €300 and long-haul flights over 3,500 kilometers delayed 6+ hours receive €600, and the system is designed to reward the informed traveler and quietly ignore the rest, so don't be ignored. And now the most important right that affects every single senior traveler is number 1, airport lounge access during long delays. Because gate agents have discretion to provide complimentary lounge passes to seniors experiencing significant flight delays or long connections, but almost no one knows to ask. A 73-year-old had an 8-hour layover in Chicago due to a missed connection, and she sat on an uncomfortable bench near her gate, exhausted and hungry, with no idea that 200 feet away there was a quiet lounge offering comfortable seating, free food, drinks, and Wi-Fi, and all she had to do was ask, because here's the truth. While this isn't guaranteed, many travelers report receiving lounge access simply by politely asking when facing delays of 5 hours or more, and a retired teacher approached the gate agent during a 6-hour delay and said, "I'm a senior traveler with a long wait. Is there any way I could access a lounge to rest comfortably?" And the agent handed her a day pass worth $59 free. And the reason is that gate agents have the authority to issue courtesy passes during irregular operations, but they just rarely offer it unless you ask. So here's your strategy. During delays of 5+ hours, approach the gate agent, mention your age and explain your situation calmly, and ask, "Is there any way I could access a lounge during this delay?" And if denied at the gate, try the airline's customer service desk. And some credit cards like Visa or MasterCard offer automatic lounge access during delays, so check your benefits. And as an insider move, Saga Travel Insurance offers delayed flight assistance with lounge access for delays of 1 hour or more, and Visa Smart Delay provides complimentary lounge key vouchers when registered flights experience qualifying delays. And the rule of thumb is that the system rewards those who ask. Because stay silent and you'll sit on a bench for 8 hours, but speak up and you might rest in comfort. But most seniors make critical mistakes at TSA checkpoints that cost them time, stress, and sometimes their medications. And even with all these rights, one wrong move at security can derail your entire trip. So watch this next video. TSA just banned these 8 senior medications. Check your bag now. It shows exactly how to pack medications, which items TSA is confiscating, and the exact phrase that gets you through security without drama. So don't let a packing mistake ruin your trip after you've done everything else right, and see you there.